We've got Jared Wiley on the line with us doing another Burnt Ends interview where we're going to talk all things life. And Jared Wiley, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Good. You might have left the horns, but you're never going to leave the burnt ends. It's something that sticks with you forever. Exactly. We might get matching tattoos. Y'all don't know that yet, but there's a distinct possibility that when we do the burnt ends dinner that we're all going to get matching tattoos. So.
We're going to have a tattoo artist on standby. It's just going to be a picture of a burnt end.
Yeah, no, it's this. We got to get the logo. It's perfect.
You know how I'm doing? I've been hot. It is extremely hot.
So shout out to my boy Sydney Carton. He told me that this Saturday it's supposed to be the highest temperature it has ever been in June. Ever. It's supposed to be like 103 with like 108, at least here in Houston. 108 like feels like temp. Fuck that.
The humidity too.
Oh yeah, 100% humidity.
It's terrible. So do they have an indoor practice or an outdoor practice facility up in Fort Worth? I don't know.
They got both. We just put they just got some new turf for us for the indoor. So I mean we've been on that for the past couple of days, just trying to break it in and stuff.
Yeah, and stay out of dying temperatures.
Yeah.
That'd be smart.
Just baking.
Smart. So what's the transition like? You know, obviously, I'm sure a lot of our listeners are interested in hearing like the transfer portal experience and what.
How wild was it? Yeah, it's been because like, you hear all kinds of crazy stories about like tampering and fucking like everybody just reaching out even before you hit the portal.
How many Lambos did they give you to go to TCU?
No, it was definitely crazy though. I mean, I felt like I was in high school again. I mean, literally within 30 minutes of my name being in the portal, I mean, I just got coaches from all over following me, calling me this and that. I was actually, when it officially got into the portal, I was actually at a workout and I had my phone on the Bluetooth speaker and I couldn't even listen to the music because it was
just bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a lot more stress than I remember it being in high school. But I think just being older and just kind of being in the system and really being even though I was at the same school for 3 years, I was in 3 different systems. Just going through that for the last 3 years. I mean, it made me approach it more of like a business mindset rather than like, I'd love to go live like in Austin and just go party every weekend and have fun for 4 years. Like,
so you only did that for 3 years and then, now you're at the stockyards and it's.
But fun fact, you got a degree in 3 years. That's awesome, man. That's like, so congratulations on that. Now you get to write your grades. You only have to pass, right, to play.
Yeah. So I'm getting my master's up here right now. I tried to talk to Coach Dykes and I was like, I'm just trying to focus on football. Let's just put me in some beginner classes. But they found a really good master's program for me. That's not very
underwater BB stacking, bowling.
Yeah.
Like
the class that I'm in right now is understanding how animals and humans connect. So it's just classes like that. It's kind of interesting to hear.
So you move to TCU and you become a furry. This is what I got there from that.
Wait, so this is a good question. Now that you've brought it up, are you an animal guy of any kind? Do you prefer any specific animal? Are you a cat guy, a dog guy, a bird guy?
We had a dog like growing up, but not really. I mean, I wouldn't have a dog just because I'm in an apartment right now. So like I would, if I had animals, I'd want to have like some type of property or like yard or something like that to where they wouldn't just be cooped up in the house all day.
So if a longhorn and a horned frog got into a fight, who would win?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
So congrats on finding a home in TCU. Sonny Dykes seems like he's a really fun person to play for. It looks like he has like lots of players like wanting to follow him around. I've got some friends that are alumni at TCU and one that played on the football team, and they said that Sonny's coming in and doing like all kinds of really cool culture things, like open practice
Yeah.
all the time, and trying to get like trying to make TCU like Fort Worth's college football team, which I think is that's a really cool and interesting vibe. But how did you take only one official, or did you take unofficial visits everywhere? Or like whenever you were deciding on getting somewhere from Austin, what were you looking for? Obviously you were focused way more on football than the experience, but walk us through a little bit of that.
It was kind of a weird deal with it just so happened that, you know, TCU started school in January a week earlier than everybody. So how like NCAA rules are right now, you're not allowed to host official visits for, I think it's like up until within a week of your school starting or whatever it is. So since TCU started earlier, I only took an official here. And in my head, I was like, you know, I don't have to make a decision now, but if it's not going to be, or I don't have to make a decision now as long as it's not going to be TCU. But if it is, then, you know, like I got to get the ball rolling. And I came up here for my official, just loved it. You know, I got family that lives in Oklahoma, which is, you know, not too far away. And then I got a lot of good friends and connections that are in Dallas and Fort Worth area. So, I mean, it really wasn't really a hard decision for me. Like once I got up here and just saw, you know, the coaching staff and just got to know them a little bit better.
So the only problem is you didn't get to drop like a top 24 and then like a day later a top 12 and then narrow it down. I mean, you didn't want to relive those high school days of just full on 995ers blowing your shit up constantly of like, where are you going, Jared? What's it going to be?
No, yeah, I wanted to keep it real low key. At some point in time, I actually had a couple of the like the analysts from Texas asking me if I needed help getting offers and stuff, just because, you know, they had no idea. But I mean, it blew up pretty quick for me. I think I was right around probably, I think 35 to 40 offers within the first 2 weeks, and then it just kind of stayed consistent with I mean, there's like a rotation of probably 6 or 7 schools that it was just constant, you know, on the phone with them. But yeah, like I said, once I came up here and just kind of saw how everything worked and how they wanted to operate and everything, I mean, it was a no-brainer.
So what's life been like, you know, transitioning Austin, Fort Worth? You know, obviously you're still in Texas, you're still not that far from home, but you know, what's you know, the biggest life changes that you've seen since you've been up in Fort Worth?
It was definitely a weird transition. With everything being so last minute, I was staying in an Airbnb for like a week before I could like figure out what I'm going to do and everything. But I mean, other than that, you know, the players welcomed me here. The coaches were very excited to have me here. I'm here with 2 people I went to high school with. One's a player, one's a GA, and then Terrence Cooks is here too. So,
Yep.
You know, with that, and then just, you know, getting to meet new faces and kind of start stepping into the role that they want me to. I mean, I think it was as smooth as it probably could have gone.
That's awesome. Carrington's there too, right?
Yeah.
You see him a lot, or?
Yeah. They'll come up to our workouts every now and then, just kind of watch us run and do stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, we still, you know, we're still pretty close.
All right. So shifting gears a little bit.
Yeah, fuck football.
Have you been to Chimmy's?
Nuh-uh. I've never even heard of that.
Okay, so it's basically a drinking spot that also happens to serve some Mexican, but they make really good margaritas and they're open till like 2 a.m. all the time. And it's overall a really fun spot. Have you, so settling into Fort Worth, I don't know if you cook a whole lot, but Fort Worth has some pretty good food, most of it being beef, right? It's cow town. So, have you had any really good burgers? There's some good burger joints like right there around campus.
I don't know about really burger joints. I'm always a big fan of like keeping it simple. So like I live right by a Brahms, and I'm a big fan of Brahms. I know that's not really like a Fort Worth type staple, but you know, it's really good. But on my official, they took me to Heinz Barbecue, and that's probably some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
Nice. Dude, I love Brahms. I actually miss Brahms, right? They don't have them down here.
Yeah.
At all. And I don't think they have them in Houston. Do they, Rob?
They do. I think they have 2 in Austin, and I think there's one. My wife grew up on
There's
Brahms.
no Brahms here.
I'm like 90% sure there's a Brahms.
I think the closest one is in like Hillsboro.
Yeah, because Brahms because they serve everything off of the farm. And so like all the dairy, all the cow stuff, like everything.
Oh,
so they,
well, then I made that up.
Have a certain range. Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally never eaten at a Brahms. So
it's so good. It's so unreal. Good. And there's nothing better than getting just like an awesome burger there and then being done and then going and getting an ice cream. Like all in the same place. That's like that's the jam.
Have you been to Panther City yet? I hear that's good.
Well, we don't really. Like I said, I keep it real simple. I cook a lot, but I don't like going out and trying new stuff because, especially right now, I feel like money's real valuable. So I'd hate to go try something new and then it's real bad and then I just wasted my money on it. Well,
I can tell you something that's not worth your money. So the number one, Texas Monthly does their top 50 barbecue joints. And it's super popular list. Number one, it only opened in 2020. It's Goldie's in Fort Worth. And they took number one overall over our buddy Grant Pinkerton, over Franklin, over all those guys.
But aren't they only open like on Saturdays and like some
snows? No,
I thought Goldie's had like some weird shit where they're like only open on like inconvenient ass days.
No, I don't think so. No, they're just young dudes. They opened during COVID. But I just know they sell out in like an hour. So
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Like they sell out immediately because once you're named to that Texas top 50, it's like because that's what happened with Snows. They have an 80-year-old pit master that they're only open on Saturdays where it's like you got to show up, and if you're not there at 3 a.m., you're not eating at all.
Yeah, there's a line out of the door and everything.
But it's like the best thing you'll ever put in your mouth. So at least that's what
how's the NIL situation going for you at TCU? We know there's stuff going on at Texas. Mainly me and Rob drive that.
Do they have any horned ends or
yeah? Is there any cool stuff coming your way in the Fort Worth scene?
Yeah, there has been. I've gotten a lot of love up here in the DFW area. Got some stuff back home that I'm working on too, but it's kind of weird to me. I think that with the old coaching staff here, they just kept, in my opinion, just from what I've heard, they kept everything very closed off and they didn't really like having, deals. And it I think that they just kind of named it as like, oh, that's a distraction. Like you don't need that. And so with Coach Dykes coming up here, he's kind of opened up a whole new world with, endless possibilities of like NIL deals or like, you mentioned earlier the open practices, like that was normal to me because that seemed like it was every day at Texas, like reporters are lined up whenever you get off the bus at the fields. But it was, like I said, it's just like a whole new world to a lot of the guys up here.
So you heard it here first, folks. Jared Wiley has a deal with Lambeau in Fort Worth, same as John Robinson. And if you see him driving something else,
would you even fit in the Lambeau? Like, have you tried? Yeah.
I have a friend up here that he does like exotic car rentals and stuff. And I wouldn't fit in half of those things. Maybe like a G-Wagon. That's about it.
Yeah, there you go. So what's it going to be like, facing your old teammates? Do you have the date circled? You'd know better than me. Do you have it, and who did you pick out? Like, I'm going to block you into the fucking dirt. Who'd you tell that?
No, it'll definitely be, exciting. There's no bad blood between me and any of those guys. No, they know it's all love at the end of the day. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere just being back in, DKR one last time. And, I'm really hoping that they do really good this year because I don't, when we beat them, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we have here.
So at TCU, you're going to be the true number one, right? So Cade, you and Cade kind of split snaps and did, with the 12 personnel, you were always out there, but you're going to be the guy at TCU, right? So you'll take the majority of the snaps. Is the plan?
Yeah, that's what they've told me. I missed spring ball. I had back surgery, so I'm just now starting to kind of get into everything and just kind of starting to get my feet wet with this offense and stuff. But I think that there would be a good rotation. They got some, even though Coach Patterson really didn't use them a lot last year, they got some really good tight ends here. So, but I mean, if you look at their track record at SMU last year, this coaching staff, I mean, they had 3 or 4 tight ends that had over 10 or 15 catches. So they do a really good job of rotating, and it's been really nice and refreshing just to see how well they roll everybody.
Yeah, how many touchdowns did you had 2 touchdowns last year?
Yeah, should have been 3. Shout out to Casey Thompson.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Shout out to Casey for overthrowing.
So here's the question. You played quarterback in high school. Currently, I haven't checked the stats, but I believe you have 0 pass attempts in your college career. I'm going to set the over under on 1 pass attempt. Are you going to have 1 pass attempt in your college career?
I can't say nothing. It might be a big game when we pull something out. But
just don't make it to DKR. If you throw a fucking touchdown pass to Quentin Johnson, I'm gonna vomit all over myself.
That's so funny. How many you had 2 touchdowns on like 10 receptions, right? I mean, the tight ends just like got no targets.
Yeah, it was like 9 or 10, I think. I was definitely, somewhat frustrated last season, just, week in and week out, just how they used us. I feel like, like Jatavian and Juan and Gunner, I felt like they were too good not to be getting used somehow. So, like I said, that's just kind of what it is here. Just the rotation has just been, it's been refreshing to see that they're getting guys in and they're keeping everybody fresh and stuff like that. But yeah, just last year was just for my personal goals that I had, I was just pretty disappointed in myself.
Well, also you didn't throw a pass, and that's all. I'm going to watch every TCU game, and all I want is 1 trick play. I swear to God, I'll tweet Sonny.
Who throws a pass first, you or Roshan?
I would probably say Roe, honestly, because they like him at the Wildcat running back type deal. So I bet you they come up with something. Sark's really good at coming up with something to get defenses on their heels.
I'd be fucking scared as shit if I saw you in the fucking backfield in the Wildcat. So besides Brahms, what's the go-to spot? So, you're out on a Saturday night, nothing to do, no practice. There's no lifting, no nothing the next day. How are you just going to ruin yourself?
What's a cheat day?
Yeah.
No, what's a cheat day that isn't Brahms?
Well, okay, so a cheat day, I take full advantage all 3 meals. I don't play with cheat days.
There you go.
Let's start with breakfast. Let's knock out breakfast.
So in the morning, I live right by a donut shop. It's probably 2 minutes away. So in the mornings, I'll probably get 4 sausage and cheese kolaches, dozen donut holes, and normally 2 or 3 donuts.
Perfect. What kind of donuts? Just regular glazed? Or are we talking, strawberry, little cream?
I love strawberry glazed donuts. It's like
I normally get some type of icing on them just because I get donut holes. So if I was just gonna get glazed donuts, I might as well just get a dozen more donuts.
I'm a big blueberry cake guy. Blueberry cake donuts, so good.
But I'll do that, and then I'll do something at the house for lunch. I'll do my mom basically raised me off like Hamburger Helper and Tyson chicken strips and stuff like that. So I'll normally do something like that on the weekends, and then that night it just depends on kind of what I'm doing. If I'm out, I'll go. Me and some friends will go to Roadhouse or somewhere and get a couple of drinks and just.
All right. So here's the question. Ready? I'm going to mix up your dinner right now. It's a cheat day. You don't have any lifting tomorrow. You just signed an NIL deal with Surly Horns for $1,000, but the only deal is like Brewster's Millions. You have to spend $1,000 between the hours of 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. What does that night look like? $1,000. You got to spend it during the hours of dinner.
Does it have to be all on myself?
Yes, it has to be.
No. Well,
no.
You can't give it away, Brewster. Have you seen that? We may be making a
yeah, we might be dating ourselves.
You have to spend it in a non-charitable or frivolous.
But yeah, like you can buy shots for everybody. Yeah, like if you wanted to buy Jaeger bombs, you could buy.
But if you take somebody else with you to dinner, that's that's acceptable.
Okay, yeah, that's easy. Then I'm taking the guys to the steakhouse.
There you go.
Yeah,
nice. So what's the order of the steakhouse though? That's the next. Avenue.
Are you a ribeye guy? Are you a filet guy? Or are you a New York strip kind of guy?
If we're going all
tomahawk,
out,
baby,
I'll do a tomahawk.
Hell yeah.
I'll see how much of a tomahawk I can eat.
Tomahawk, you getting it Oscar style? Rare, medium rare? What are we looking at?
I'm a big medium rare guy. I think rare is a little bit too much. I don't like it all mushy in the middle, but I like a little bit of red.
I like mine fucking mooing at me. I like mine to still
show it a book of matches.
Yeah,
just show it a book of matches.
Just a fucking flashlight to it. I want mine to I want its ancestors to feel it whenever I bite into it. I want it that rare.
So I was in Ireland for a conference, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And I went and ate at this new steakhouse that they had there. And Ireland has really good beef. And this steakhouse had these tomahawks. And it was in kilos. So I don't remember. It was like more than 1.5 kilos, which like a kilo is
like 3, right?
Is like two and a half-ish pounds, like a little less. And so it was like a 40 or 45 ounce tomahawk that I had.
Good God.
And all I ordered was the steak and like no sides or anything. And they were like, are you going to eat this by yourself? And I was like, yeah, I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
And they were like, we've never seen anyone eat one. And I sat at the bar and like ate it. And all the waiters and everything were like, that's fucking insane.
They should have put you on like a wall of fame or something.
Yeah, no, that's just a regular Wednesday in Texas. That's what's funny. This is just like, that's a thing you can order off the regular menu.
Yeah.
I did just go last week with my wife to Carve. It's like Perry's less nice, like casual dinner place. And I got I was like, I just want the biggest steak that you could push the button. And so I had a 32 ounce ribeye. And
that's great.
I ate like 2 bites of sides and just steak.
See, that's the thing. You don't even need the sides. That's the worst. And they always come separate. And it's always like $9. And you never touch them. Like, I don't need a $9 truffle mac and cheese that nobody's going to fucking touch because
$9.
Largest.
Houston must have great prices. That's like
no
$18.
$18. Yeah. I mean, it's because all I want is if I'm going to this fucking steakhouse, I want a goddamn steak. I want the biggest one. I'm a filet guy. I love a good filet. Give me the biggest filet that you have, rare. I want that bitch cold as shit in the center. I want it to taste like when that middle bite hits, like I'm eating an ice cube. That's what I want it to. I want it to quiver when I bite into it. I want it to still have fucking, like I want it to jiggle a little bit whenever I bite into it because it's still a little bit moving.
I can't do that.
I'd eat my steak blue if they would let me.
So, let's talk favorite memories, and we'll do one football one and one just living in Austin one. So, like 2 favorite memories of your time at
number
at
1,
Texas.
taking a picture with the Surly Horns podcast.
With the money, I still have the money. I got it put up in my safe.
Do that's you? Nice. Hell yeah.
I love that.
No, but football memory, that's a hard one.
Wait, you were on the team. What was your freshman year? The Sugar Bowl was your freshman year, right?
No, I came the year after that. We went to the Alamo Bowl twice. But yeah, I mean, you talk about 3 years of just, grinding with the same guys and just, the relationships and the chemistry that you start to make. It's hard to pick out one. I'd say it'd have to be one of those fall camp days where y'all are all, you're halfway through and you're like slowly losing your mind a little bit. You don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm sure if I thought long enough, I could think of something that happened at some point in time during one of those fall camp days to where it was just like, it's kind of like, that's all you got. It's just the guys around you, and it's it's one of those where, you hate it when you're there, but then you look back at it after and you're just like,
glad I did it.
Yeah, we made it through, and we did it.
See, this proves Jared's still burnt orange because to his blood, because if he was a true TCU Horned Frog, he would have said, "Oh yeah, it was absolutely when we lost to Kansas." So
that was a tough one. That was I don't.
You're telling me that was the one fucking game I got to go to last year.
It fucked up the plans for.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a burn ends dinner. Yeah,
because the Cade's eligibility got all fucked up. Because whatever, we don't need to talk about it.
No, yeah.
All right. So favorite
dark days.
Favorite Austin, like not football related, just favorite memory from Austin, and like, what's the one thing or one day where you're like, man, that was just like the best day I've ever had.
Golly, put me on the spot with this one. It was definitely before COVID. Austin was different, and I think everybody on the team will agree with you. But I think there's one point in time, it was actually during bowl prep at the Alamo Bowl, my freshman year. Like the first night, we all went out, and we all, you have curfew during bowl prep, and we all get back to the hotel. It's like 2 a.m. We have practice at like 8 a.m. the next day, and we all just go to the team meeting room basically, and we're down there for 30-45 minutes, all just chopping it up and just hanging out. And it's like I said, it's just one of those moments where it's kind of like Herman used to always preach, like, it's kind of like a bunker mentality, like, these are the guys I'm going to war with every weekend. And it was just one of those like surreal moments is how I would kind of describe it.
That's awesome. Lasting memories.
Yeah, definitely. Got a lot of them.
That's good. So who do you think is going to break out from the old tight end room? And you don't know Jaleel Billingsley, right? But
no, I mean, just watching film just last year, I know how he plays. I love how he plays, actually. It's impressive, how he's able to operate in that whole offense. But I'm really big on Jatavian. I think he's going to have a great season. I think he's due for one. Just seeing the strides, even from when I was there, just from summer to the end of the season. I mean, it was a 9-day difference. I remember first day camp, we're trying to teach him how to get in a 3-point stance and how to take his steps, and just from going to that to, from what I saw, I watched their spring game. From what I saw, he was kind of like in that starting wide tight end, inline tight end position. I mean, like I said, it's just night and day, and I'm super excited for him. And I think the future is bright for him. And then
Smart, I think Braden, too, because I'm pretty sure he listens to the podcast, and he would totally call you out on it if he didn't. So if he didn't say it.
I think another one too is going to be Braden. He's had some shoulder stuff going on, but that's my guy. From day one when we both got there, it's been me and him for like I said, for 3 years in there, and I'm really excited to see where he ends up falling into place with that offense.
Yeah, and how fucking awesome of a story would it be after Braden has had literally injury after injury after injury? Yeah. And I mean, I know you can relate too. I know you've been through some shit, so. How awesome would that be if Braden comes out and just fucking lights the world on fire? Yeah, nobody would be happier than us too.
Yeah, I'd be super excited for him. That's my guy.
Great. Well, thanks for taking the time to sit down and talk with us about all things life and transfer portal and everything. I think everybody's going to be pretty interested to hear some of this stuff.
Normally we end this like with a hook 'em. I don't know if that's legal, if it's illegal. I don't know if like Sonny Dykes will just cold cock the shit out of you the second you throw up the horns, but but no, we really appreciate it. We're rooting for your success every single day except for the one that you're in DKR. Just kidding. We'll root for your success as long as you lose. So
but hey, I mean, the plan, right, is have a good breakout season and get drafted, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Yeah. Just trying to stay healthy right now. Like I said, I had, back surgery back in March. So just kind of starting to get my feet wet again. It's been hard. Just, kind of tell myself, don't rush it. Don't do nothing stupid right now to set it back any further than, what it's been set back. So, but yeah, the plan right now is still one and done. We'll just, I'm not going to rush anything.
Yeah. Have you talked to Cade since he went up to Seattle?
I've reached out to him and told him congrats and all that. I know that they're super busy, so I'm not going to blow his phone up or FaceTime him or something like that. Trying to, it's a big transition too.
We could do it right now if you want. I mean, we could FaceTime Cade right now and see what he does.
It's only 7:30 there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's probably at dinner. He's probably catching fucking fish up in Seattle right now.
Dude, I bet he misses Matt's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Did y'all ever do like tight end dinners?
Yeah, we did. We actually did quite a bit. My freshman year, we went to Matt's El Rancho, and then Coach Banks took us out quite a bit. My sophomore.
I wouldn't want to go out with Coach Banks. God damn. Oh yeah, I do actually. Coach Jeff, love you. Take me out with the monkey.
Yeah, the monkey has to come.
Oh, does your current tight end coach have a monkey? No, shit.
No, they're not on that type of level yet.
We got to get them on that right mind. Tell them to hire me. I'll buy a fucking monkey. Played tight end in high school. I could teach you guys.
Teach them a thing or two.
Yeah, block that guy. Run this route. It's easy. It's easy shit. So what's the one place you miss in Austin though? Like, you're going back to Temple, driving through. What are you catching on the way down?
That's a good one. Are you talking about like as far as places to eat or
or anything, whatever?
Honestly, and I haven't really like given it a chance here yet, but the Mexican food,
it's gonna be
like I've had like one or two spots and it's like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's like, like I'd rather go back to Temple and get, they got some mom and pop Mexican food places, and they just pour their soul into that food. I mean, it's amazing.
What's the place, Rick? Joe T's, right? That's the spot.
Yeah, Joe T's.
Yeah, that's place. That place.
It's cash only. Yeah, but Joe T's isn't very good. It's a good like experience spot. Yeah, but like the food's very whatever in my opinion.
They had a spot in I used to go there almost every Saturday morning in the off season at in Austin. It's One in a Million.
Oh god. Oh yeah. There's not One in a Million is so good.
It's the best. Yeah. Literally the fucking best.
Yeah.
And you just get the Don Juan, just gigantic taco that they don't even get. They give you a stack of tortillas, and it's not enough tortillas to eat the taco still.
Yeah, I mean, it was that'd be one place that I just, I miss being able to just go to whenever. I mean, I lived right beside it for 2 years.
Yeah, that bitch gets busy too. So you're able to peek out and be like, okay, it's not busy right now. Let me just go catch my taco, run back up.
We have Sunday film or like a Saturday voluntary lift. We'd have that. I'd go before, just slam it on to the facilities.
Nice. All right, man. Well, it's been great. It's been great catching up. We're really glad that you're doing well and recovering from the surgery. And like Rob said, we wish you nothing but the best. We hope you have a killer season up there.
Forever a burn end.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hook 'em.
See y'all later.
Oh, shit. Oh, I thought I'd get him.